Hello everyone, my name is Julie and I am one of Christian Assembly's Kingdom Partners, and today's Daily Touch Point, we are continuing in the book of Acts, and today is chapter 11, and I encourage you to read the entire chapter. But as you do, there's one portion that I want to speak about. It's towards the end of the chapter in verse 26, where it's the first time that the disciples of Jesus are referred to as Christians. And before in the book of Acts, they had been called disciples, they had been called brothers and saints and believers and witnesses. In chapter 4, it had talked about they had been, common, unschooled, ordinary men who had spent time with Jesus. But this is the first time where they're called Christians, and they're in Antioch. And the word Christian, from Latin at the end, it says the IAN part means that they were in the party of Jesus. It was like they were saying they were Jesus people. And I don't know the first people who called them that, whether they were saying it, in a positive or a mocking way. But nonetheless, the disciples began to identify themselves in this manner, that they were Jesus people, that this was their primary identity, whether that be, that they were no longer, primarily identifying themselves as Jewish or from a certain place or, a certain race or a certain class. Any of those things, while there could be value in that, that was not their primary identity anymore. And I think as Christians, all of these years later, that it still is our primary identity to be Jesus people, to be people like Jesus, where we, because of his love and the ways that he has saved us and the ways that he has invited us to be children of God, holy, acceptable before God, because of the sacrifice that he made for us, then it allows our identity to also be, first of all, Jesus people, not just from a specific nation or a specific race or gender or specific denomination or background. It's that we can also be people who, like Jesus, that we are wanting to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with God, and that the fruit of the Holy Spirit can be evident within our lives, that we can be seen for being kind and joyful and patient and gentle and self-controlled, and all of the things that are related to who Jesus was, that we can care, we can care about the poor, we can care about those on the margins, we can care about the things that matter so deeply to God's heart, and that were lived out in Jesus's life. And now, because we're also Jesus people, they can be seen in us too. And so may we, even today, may we be asking God to guide us in ways that allow us to live in the fullness of who he's made us to be as Jesus followers and as Jesus people. So be encouraged, friends.